S-Deuce is the name. Talking wrestling is the game. Money in the Bank is in the books. And as WWE is promoting it as the greatest Money in the Bank event in Money in the Bank history. Yeah, not so much. It was definitely an exciting night. It was definitely a great card. Top to bottom was pretty good. Every match was pretty good. Couple of botches. Let's jump right into it. I'm gonna skip the pre-show because nobody really gives a fuck about that. New Day retained the tag team titles in a 4-way. I think it was the best case scenario, unless they were just gonna let the club walk in and dominate, which they obviously didn't. New Day retains. Botched finish. Aiden English was not the legal man. Anderson tagged him, but besides that little hiccup, it was a great match. Expect the club to keep on feuding with the New Day. And SummerSlam in Brooklyn, which this guy might be going to, expect the club to take the tag team titles away, finally, from the New Day after a year-long reign. I'm not sure the orders of the matches, I don't really remember. So, Baron Corbin beats Dolph Ziggler, finally, again. It was about the 17th time this week they wrestled. Let's hope this feud is over and Corbin can move on. Apollo Crews, biggest win of his career, beats Sheamus, rolls him up after Sheamus isn't paying attention, complaining to the ref about the 2 count, which he thought was a 3 count, but it wasn't. So big win for Apollo Crews, man. Congratulations, Apollo Nation. Met the dude a few times, a cool man. Very happy for him. I wish him all the success. The Divas tag team match, Charlotte and Brooke win. Dana Brooke. Big story from there is Natalia's heel turn. At the end of the match, she attacks Becky Lynch. Brutally attacked Becky Lynch. Some of them shots look really stiff, but maybe they got, expect some good matches from Natalya and Becky Lynch. So we got that to look forward to for women's wrestling. Next up, Rusev defeats Titus O'Neil, keeps the U.S. title. And what are you gonna do? You know, Rusev's gonna have that belt until they can sign Kurt Angle. They're trying to get Kurt Angle for SmackDown. Let's hope they do. Now, the dream match. Everyone was talking about John Cena, AJ Styles. John Cena, AJ Styles. Let's go, Cena, AJ Styles. The crowd was pretty dead last night. It was in Vegas. It was a Sunday night on Father's Day. Everybody seemed to be hungover. But AJ Styles, John Cena, such a good match. They really told the story of how AJ's just an all-around better wrestler than Cena. He really proved it last night. He did run circles around John Cena. Cena looked extremely bad. He was winded. He looked blown up after 5 minutes. Remember, he took 7 months off. Wasn't supposed to come back till October from his shoulder surgery. He came back 5 months later. So you gotta give credit where credit is due. To Cena for hanging with Styles. But, I mean, they both kicked out of each other's finishers. They both got to the ropes when they had the submission move. John Cena had the STFU. Styles has the calf crusher. But in the end, the ref gets knocked down after Cena goes for another AA. The club comes out and destroys Cena with the Magic Killer. And, they put Styles on top of Cena. Now, the announcers were playing it up like AJ Styles didn't realize the club, who combined weigh like 700 pounds, dropped John Cena on his neck, grabbed AJ and dragged him all the way across the ring and put him on top of John Cena for the 1, 2, 3. The announcers are playing it like Styles has no idea that happened. I believe we'll find out tonight. Otherwise, it happened. Get over it. I knew they weren't going to let Styles beat Cena clean with no funky finish. A lot of people on Twitter were complaining about the funky finish. I was pissed off about it. Money in the Bank. Everybody was waiting for a 7th man to come out. Expect Bray Wyatt back tonight on Raw, but he wasn't going to come back to the Money in the Bank match. He had no story, and considering where the night ended up, I think they played it perfectly. I really wanted Kevin Owens to win. Great Money in the Bank match. One of the best ones to date. At one point, all 6 men were grabbing for the briefcase at once. They were all on top of ladders. They had ladders set up in the middle. There was a ladder next to that one. There was 2 ladders going to the turnbuckles. Big bumps last night. That power bomb from Zayn to the Michinoku driver from Zayn to Owens on the corner of the ladder was a disgusting spot. What a bad bump. Owens, he takes some hard bumps, man. He could have broke his back last night. But in the end, Dean Ambrose becomes Mr. Money in the Bank. And at one point, I had no idea who was going to win the match. Towards the end, I mean, I thought they might give it to Jericho and have him chase Reigns. And I thought maybe Zayn. Then I really wanted Owens. And then in the end, Dean Ambrose takes Mr. Money in the Bank. So congrats to Ambrose. Now, the main event, like I said, and it's a recurring theme, the crowd was dead. Not really a wrestling crowd. Until the main event, they showed a lot of love for Seth Rollins. They chanted his name the first 5 minutes of the match. He was laughing about it. Roman was visibly upset as usual. It was a good match, man. Roman, those "you can't wrestle" chants, they really need to stop, because Roman holds his own in there. Doesn't matter if we don't like him. He does his job and he gets the job done. In the end, Seth Rollins hits a pedigree, blocking the spear. In midair, catches Reigns and pedigrees him. Reigns kicks out at 2. Everything Rollins did, Reigns kicked out at 2. In the end, though, Rollins hooks him up for a pedigree, and in what I'm saying is the most shocking win of 2016 so far, Seth Rollins defeats Roman Reigns in the middle of the ring, 1, 2, 3, clean. Your new WWE champion, Seth Rollins. It was very emotional to see him come back and win the belt. It was great. It was actually really great. But it was very short-lived. Dean Ambrose's music hit. You kind of knew he was going to come from behind. They were focusing way too much on Rollins being ready for him, looking down the ramp. So Dean Ambrose cashes in Money in the Bank and defeats Seth Rollins only minutes after Rollins regains the title he never lost. Well, this time you lost it, Seth. So they're pushing this Shield 3-way. What's going on, bud? They're pushing this Shield 3-way heavy. I don't think it'll make it till next year's WrestleMania, so that's up there. But SummerSlam in Brooklyn, again, will be Dean Ambrose, the new WWE champion, against Seth Rollins, against Roman Reigns in a triple threat. And I'm excited about it. I wish they might have let Rollins hold the belt for a little longer, have Dean tease cashing in, because that's what the Money in the Bank is, and that's what makes it interesting. Now, there's no Mr. Money in the Bank till next year. So, I mean, that happened, which was kind of fucked up, but whatever, man. All in all, great pay-per-view. Money in the Bank is over. Let's see what happens on Raw tonight. All signs are leading to SummerSlam. I know Battleground's in July. SummerSlam's not till August. But I don't expect Battleground to be that big of a show. Expect Dean Ambrose to hold that belt until SummerSlam, where Roman gets it back, becoming, what, a 5-time champion in 10 months. But that's the way the cookie crumbles, folks. It was unpredictable. Some matches were extremely predictable. All in all, it was a good pay-per-view. Congrats to Dean Ambrose, man. And congrats to the Cleveland Cavaliers and LeBron James for doing the Thug Dizzle, winning the NBA championship last night. So yeah, WWE Money in the Bank, I give it a thumbs up. Not 2 thumbs up, but I give it a thumbs up. S Deuce is the name. Talking wrestling is the game. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and always be yourself. Stop trying to be original like everybody else and keep it tight.